Hi guys, welcome back. I'm a little tired, but I have my owl with me. But okay, so I wanted to kind of go back. There were so many things that I would have liked to say from yesterday's video, but I didn't want to go over. And there was a comment made by a friend of mine, Luz. So insightful. So I just kind of wanted to expand on that. You know, I kind of explained in the comments in my response. But yeah, I guess what I was talking about yesterday was more about, like how it affects us negatively, the expectations, the comparing, and the pleasing others. So it's just, I guess, being mindful of the balance and kind of thinking about it last night and again this morning. It really just all comes back to, like she said, intentions. Like, what are your intentions? And I think in regards to everything, if you're not hurting yourself or others, or disrespecting yourself or others, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, then it's good to go. Like it's coming from a loving place. Um, and I guess it's just being mindful of that. Like your intention and what place it's coming from, and ultimately it's just asking yourself that question. It's just, okay, so is what I'm gonna say or do going to negatively impact or positively impact or hurt me or disrespect me, um, or hurt someone else or disrespect someone else, um, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and that's really what we got to come back to. It's really what it's about. And I guess that's really what I was, trying to get across. I mean, I was pointing out the negative aspects of those three things, in particular. But because because it happens. We're human, so we're gonna go there. But it's just being mindful of our thoughts and where we're going and where it's coming from, and so that's kind of all I really wanted to point out. And another thing I wanted to kind of talk about was, well, it came up, yesterday, last night, anyways, the whole concept of attachment. That's really big in Buddhist philosophy, and there's so much truth in that, or I find so much truth in that. Attachment, like attachment to a thought, attachment to a person, attachment to a thing, attachment to an emotion. Um, so it could be pretty much anything, right? An addiction, just attachment, right? And I think that, attachments can turn into obsessions, and which is why it's just kind of like in Buddhist philosophy, it's just like the whole concept of non-attachment is vital, because when you're not attached um, to a thought, to a person, to an idea, um, to an emotion, when you're not attached to anything really, then I don't know. You don't feel as pressured, or I mean, I guess I'm struggling. I mean, in my head, I understand it in my head, but then just trying to verbalize it is um, non-attachment just brings more of a peaceful, um, calm, um, balanced approach to life, to um, everything. And granted, easier said than done. I know it, you know. But I guess once again, it's just being mindful of that, recognizing when we're becoming too attached to that one thing or thought or idea or person, or destination, or what is it bringing out of you? Is it stressing you out? Is it making you resentful? Is it making you bitter? Is it bringing you um, stress? Not stress, but sadness, um, disillusionment, disappointment. Is it discouraging you? You got to think of like how it's making you feel, and that's the importance, right, of letting go, or letting it be, or as I said before, like letting it time travel. I remember I posted once, I don't let it go, I let it travel, or I let it time travel, or something like that, which is a pretty cool concept. But however you want to put it, however it makes, however you understand it or you interpret it best, you know, um, but I guess that's the importance of taking the time to understand um, yourself, and being mindful of of where you're coming from and your intentions, and yeah. So I guess I just wanted to talk about that. It kind of came up for me. So thank you, Luce, for kind of bringing that up, and you know, um, and what else? Yeah, I wanted to also I did go to Publix, and I spoke to the manager, and so she told me that that with the cold foods, yes, that they donated to churches and shelters. Um, but when it comes to the hot foods, they have to throw it away, because of USDA policy and regulation. Um, um, which I found kind of, I guess because of you have to keep, which I mean, it makes sense. I know it does make sense. You have to keep food at a certain temperature, and um, it has to be done, the right way. So if you're gonna take it out, it's just like when you're at home, you're cooking, and you want to store food. Once you cook it, yeah, I guess you let it cool, and then you pack it. You put it in Tupperware, glassware, and you refrigerate it. So that's kind of like the same concept. But obviously it's bigger because it's Publix is a big name, and so I guess in the past they've gone into a lot of trouble, with legal actions, and so it's they're putting themselves at risk for I guess being sued. I don't know. Like I was talking to my dad about it yesterday, and it's just crazy. Like, and it's something I kind of want to think about first, and then kind of talk about it. But how we ourselves destroy ourselves, and I, it's so like bizarre to me, and I just find it like so like, man, that's so sad. Like, but I feel like it's, you know, there's some truth to that, you know, like we do it to ourselves. Like we're so like powerful in that way where we're aware, like we are intelligent human beings, you know, look what we've done, look how far we've come, you know, but then we take advantage of the loopholes, you know, or you know, greed gets in the way, you know, and we take advantage, and you know, it's just like being back in school, you know, like when a teacher would say, or you know, that one person ruined it for the whole class, you know, and you could apply that to like, you know, globally, or you know, like, you know, some people ruin it for everybody else, you know, and you know, because of greed, or you know, because of resentment, you know what I mean? I mean, we go back to the same thing, like, you know what I mean? And that's the beauty of it, you know what I mean? Like, because that's what ultimately connects us all, you know, because we all share these emotions, you know. But I think that's why it's so important to be mindful of them, and to be mindful of where it's coming from, and digging to the root of who you are, and and that emotion, and I guess just realizing, I guess, you know, what it is that you want to create, and what it is that you're feeding, and you know, and your intentions, and it has to be selfless, you know, like you can't be selfish about things. And I mean, I know it's easier said than done, and you know, and I'm not perfect, and you know, but I don't know, that's why it's like I guess that's why I like talking about it, you know. I guess that's why it's just I'm putting myself out there and my thoughts out there, and because I really do think that dialogue and communication, and you know, is important, you know, when it's coming from that, you know, like it's, again, if, you know, if it's coming from that place, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not talking about these things. It's not coming from an angry place, or you know what I mean? Like, it's just coming from a place of like, I just, you know, like want things to be better. Like I don't know, like happy, healthy, loving life, you know, like that's what I mean, granted, I look for that, and I see that, you know what I mean? But like, I want everybody else to see it too and create it too, you know. And I know that a happy, healthy, loving life is different for everybody, you know. And I know that um, it's it's different, like, you know, like culturally, and um, you know, nature versus nurture, and all that fun stuff that comes into play. You know, there are a lot of factors involved, but that's why it's just kind of like love is universal. So that's why just bring it back to love and bring it back to that. And I think if we just come back to that, we don't have to get into the factors. You know, we don't really have to get to that. We don't really have to get into that, you know, because it's about love, right? You know, love saves the day. You know, Barbara saved the day, and you saved the day, and that's the thing. Like, we have to believe that. We have to believe that we can save the day. I have to believe that I can save the day, and I want you to believe that you can save the day, because you can. And I don't know. I don't know. Once again, I am kind of tired, so you know, the owl. But yeah, I guess I just wanted to share that with you, and maybe I'll have something more insightful to say tomorrow about it, you know. But that came up, and I just wanted to get it out there. So yeah, I'm so I'm still doing my research on. Now I'm doing research on like USDA policies and regulations, and going from there, you know. So yeah, if you have any knowledge about that, or about anything that's been discussed, anything, you know what I mean, yeah, just hit me up, message me, let's talk, you know, open for communication, open for dialogue. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. Yeah, I hope you have a blessed weekend. Be magical, create magic, and infinite peace and love. Thank you.